Can you see this with a red bow for $2? You can't beat it. For Christmas? Oh my goodness. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and today I stopped at Walmart. A friend of mine shot me over a picture yesterday and said, look, they have the watering cans you absolutely love, which is the Expert Gardener, and I love it because of the big holes so I can do my compost tea. So they've got them for $4 instead of $6. So it's a little bit of a savings, but you know what? I like sitting them all over, so I stopped by. And that was Maria. Thank you, Maria, for letting me know. So I stopped over here, and I was planning on just getting watering cans in triple digits. My car doesn't have air conditioning. So when I came in here, it's everything. The whole garden department, the plant food, if you're into that, I am not. All the flower pots, all the garden tools, everything is not half. It's all different. So I'll show you real quick and then we'll look around and hopefully you'll get an idea. These are absolutely gorgeous. They've got a hole on the bottom. You can put flowers or whatever you want in there. This one is reduced to $3.50. But this same one in green is reduced to $2. So you really have to look through even for colors. Look at these adorable ones. These are $1. So you've got to go through and look at the price. And if you're in doubt, like I just did, they'll scan it for you so you can have it checked out. So I've got a lot of people looking around at things. I'm going to look through because I'm loading up my basket. And I'm going to see what I'm going to get. I'll show you afterwards, and I'll show you what's going on. So if you've got a Walmart nearby, if you're not sure, like if you've got to drive far, call them. Ask them if they've got a big discount going. What they told me was, which I already knew because they do this every year, is when the holidays are coming, we've got Halloween coming. So they set up the whole garden department for Halloween stuff, but it's not really Halloween. They start loading in all the Christmas stuff. Now, come January, when they're getting rid of the Christmas stuff, all the new garden stuff comes back. And most of it is the same stuff they blew out, but they have no way of storing it. So this is the way they do it. So everything is reduced. My eyes are just looking to see what else there is. So let's look around. I'll show you afterwards. But please, if you go to Walmart and you're into garden stuff, flower pots or whatever, even hummingbird feeders are reduced. Go check it out. If you've got to drive far, make a phone call. It's so loud in here. They've got all these fans going because, like I said, triple digits today, but I don't care. I'm going to go look and see what they've got. And then I'll show you what I ended up with. And I'll show you some of the stuff that's here so you can see if there's anything you need. And thank you, Maria, for telling me about the watering cans because I love those. And I figured for that price, $4, I can put a couple more around. So this way, even in the winter, when I just want to hit it with a little water, I don't have to go get the hose. I can have this ready. And with that side hole, you can put compost tea in there and all kinds of stuff like I make. All right, let me go take a look and see what they've got. Okay, let's look around because they're going by color. These are all $1.48, so that must be their regular price. And these are just their solar lights. Let's see what's over here. A lot of stuff is not. This is all their bug spray, not reduced. Now, some of these are. This is interesting. I hope you can hear me. Hope I don't have to narrate over this. All right. This one is $5, but it looks just like the green one I'm getting. And then some of them, this one is $4. This is plastic. Very interesting. Saucers, $1. These are cute, but they're tiny. Look how small, 50 cents. If you had a use for them. Make sure nobody takes my basket. Because right now there's, they're starting to move things around. Got some up there for $1, the little ones. These are $2. And now that one says red, so I don't know how much that is, but you know why I like this? Only because I can paint it any color I want. It's plastic though, it's real thin. I'm afraid that will go. See, we don't use anything like that. We don't use anything toxic around our house. Absolutely not. Some of them are reduced. Let's see. I didn't even know they sell all that still. I never looked for that. All right, we're not looking here. Let's go over here. Zip around the corner. And they're now here. These are really nice. These are $9. Obviously, people are grabbing the cheaper. $8. That's very pretty. It can be painted, and it is ceramic. $6. 10, 2. 2. Hold on. Is this not plastic? Let me see this. I don't know if I like this. I might going to bring it down. That might be $8. And they will scan. They've been scanning things for me. I'm really tempted to get a whole bunch of the other ones. It might be this one that's $1. Does it say vanilla? I don't think I want it anyways. If I'm using plastic, I can use food containers right now. I have a lot. And then of course, when spring comes, which is in January here, Dollar Tree will start getting in the pots. But what you don't find is a lot of clay pots. And this one is, a nice clay pot. It's something that the greens were more money. I can't figure it out. And this one's coming up too. I might get a couple more. And then let me show you up here. So you really have to look around at how much you want to spend and what you like. Probably what you like first, then how much you want to spend. Okay, none of the plant food here is reduced. So some places are. They have a big clearance section over there, but that looks like it's a lot of toys. Why? Because they're going to bring in their toys again soon. So they'll be doing that. Now oh my goodness. Hold on. I have a question. I won't show you. I'm recording. I'm not live. Are those $4? The hoses? Oh.
No, how much is food in there?
Not the hoses. I was thinking, I'll grab some. Okay, thank you. Look at the gnomes. $14.50, regular $35. I was looking at them because you could put a bird bath on top. Isn't that cute? But, for me, I don't spend a lot of money. But that would look really cute with a bird bath. It would look really cute in the bird garden. Something to think about. I don't think I'm going to get that. And then they've got all the statues are reduced, $6.50. If you like look at the bunny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so all this, these are about $6.50. And then they have, some of this stuff is reduced. And let me show you this. I'm trying not to be in his way. I think he's organizing it, but these are all $2. I'm going to scoot over here. These are beautiful. Look at these, were $7. These are really good made flags. I wish they had a hummingbird or something, but look how gorgeous. $2 for all of them. I'm, so tempted. Now this one's $3. Let's hang that back. I'm gonna keep everything neat. So it does depend on what they've got. This one's $2. Hello Spring. Why? Because it's outdated. But if that's okay. Spring will be here before you know it. Bless our home. $2. And it's double-sided. Look. On both sides. Keep an eye on my basket. Okay, let's over here. Let's go here. Okay, now the hoses are back where they were. I got so excited. They're $70. And I thought, wow, they're that cheap. Now, I don't want to go that fast. I want you to see. It's just, I'm trying to stay out of everybody's way. Some of these things are reduced. $8.50 from $14. These are nozzles for the gardens. You kind of really have to look through. And this is just hooks. $4. More types of hooks, $1.50. Is this for hummingbird feeders? Let me see. No, it's a plant bracket. And that's $5. I might take my basket and go move before somebody grabs it. I don't think they will. You know when somebody will grab it? If they run out of watering cans. Still there. Here's my basket. I saw a sign on here a minute ago. They pulled it. You know what? I'm trying not to spin you around. This is what I was looking at. Just make sure nobody's taking my basket. That's important to me. Okay, so the plant stands are $13, some of them. So some are marked down and some are not. Those are really nice if you have a deck with wood because you don't want to sit your flower pots directly down on wood. If you sit them down and they stay wet too long, you know, you had something there, you lift it, the microbes get under there and they'll eat your wooden deck. Now these are nice, 21, regular 30, 18, regular 31 almost. These are good price. I was looking at that. It's kind of small, and I do have quite a few small ones, but this is a really good brand. And they've got it right now for $9, but I think I'm going to skip it right now because I do have enough. Again, I'm watching my basket. Yes, it's hard to use the camera and go around with your basket. Some of the loppers are a couple dollars off, not marked down. Now here's a plant potting mat. This is nice. You could do your pots in the house or anywhere, and then you lift it and shake it off. $4.50. I have a lot of placemats and other things I use, but good price for that. And then all your tools, 75 cents, all of them. Look at this. Your cultivator, 75 cents. You know I love these shovels. Now they'll be back in the spring when Christmas is over, but they're 75 cents right now. Gary loves his scoop. He uses that for filling up his cement blocks, his concrete blocks. And then they've got the gloves all on sale, a few dollars off. I have a lot of gloves. So right now I'm good. These are really nice, $8. This is what I'm looking at. I'm kind of debating on how many I want. I know it's really big and it's heavy when it's full, but just don't fill it. And I like the double handle when you go to use it. You hold on to both sides. You know, I may end up taking another blue one. And then these plastic ones, I'm not big on those. So I was actually thinking of planting in it. These are $2. The problem is when I fill them and I tip them, if you don't hold it perfectly straight, they can pour off the side. But for something quick, I'm just thinking they're really attractive as a planter. You know, if they were $1, I'd buy them. But I think for $2, I'll skip them right now. But they're regular $3. Now just a little bit off. Those are 10, regular 11. You know, so you've only got 2 left. And I just want to stick these everywhere. I don't want to leave them out in the sun if I'm not going to use them. I think I will grab another one. I tend to gravitate to something darker because a lot of times your darker lasts longer than your yellow. I don't know. I haven't tried these, but I'll grab another one while I'm with you. And let's see. Let's swing around here. Oh, this is car stuff. No, I'm sorry. It's for chainsaws and stuff. I thought, wow. Okay, so they've got some of this stuff reduced also because, again, it's for the garden. So this is like for your weed whackers and stuff. Your string. I'll have to find out if Gary needs any. I'm sure he doesn't. Usually is well stocked. So that's what's going on here. Let's look on the other side if I can get through and see if there's anything else. Oh, there's a lot of clearance on the barbecue stuff. Okay, my basket's still there. I want to make sure nobody takes my basket. This is your barbecue stuff is reduced, regular 44 for 27. I'm just trying to give you an idea on what they're reducing and what they're not reducing. This way you can go down there and, you know, see if there's anything you need. And I'm sorry if I'm moving so fast. Not too much here. So it kind of is a hit and miss. Grill mats, different things. Let's walk over here. Rollback on the barbecue. I don't need one, but $98. So these are rollbacks other than clearance. And then this is all your charcoal. And I don't think they're reducing a lot of this because people barbecue here in Southern California all the time. They got something on clearance here. Oh, to scrape your grill. $4.50. All right, let's go grab this. So I just wanted to do this quick thing so you can see it because I know Walmart is nationwide and this would be a nationwide sale. But I think this is really good to know about. Again, what they do is they do this before the holiday hits. So kids are back in school, everybody's getting into Christmas mode. They say it's for Halloween, but let me tell you something. This whole place gets really decked out for Christmas. They have all the Christmas ornaments, the trees they bring in, the artificial trees, and everything is brought in here, and this becomes a whole Christmas section. Then later on, they start to go through again in clearance, and then spring is full force, usually here by February. So I'm hoping I'm giving you, some information that maybe you can go look around. I'm telling you, I'm so close to getting more of these. I'm going to get home and think, oh my gosh, it'd make the cutest water fountain. I don't know, but I'm just looking for $2. The odds are I'll break them, but the idea there's a cork in it, and I grow so many marigolds. They would look so pretty. I'm going to get a couple more. I'll show you afterwards what I ended up getting, but that's just toys. And we can walk over here quickly. But where are you going to get a clay flower pot for $2? Plastic, yes, you can get all the plastic you want from food containers. When you wash your clothes, a lot of times they come in plastic now. I grow in all that, so just seeing what's here. I don't even know what they're reduced for. I'm not looking for toys right now. Oh, welcome to the garden center. Look at the beautiful plants. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, we'll run in and look at the hummingbird feeders in a minute. Boy, toys are expensive. But this is just the toy section. And again, this must be from last year's. So they're going to bring in the new stuff for Christmas. And then out there, I don't believe that anything is reduced out there. That's just their regular stuff. There might be a couple rollbacks, but this is the plants they've got, and they've got herbs and different things. So the blues, that's what I was going to say. The blue ones are $3.50. So I can buy a blue one, cost me $1.50 more. But you know what? I'm really happy with the green, and I can touch it up with something if I want, but it's very attractive, just the way they are. And it'll look really nice to have some flowers and nice flower pots that aren't going to break. The plastic does get really eaten up by the sun, but I'll tell you, you change it out. So by then, maybe you're tired of the color anyways. That is such a pretty color. That one is $7.50. I'm just trying to be, economical. $3.50. These are pretty too. $3.50. But you know what? I can get almost two of those green ones, and that's the way I'm looking at it. It's the way I've always shopped. I grew up that way with my mom, saving a lot of money because we didn't have a lot of money. And believe you me, I've never had a lot of money. So I've always looked for bargains and deals, or make things, or do all kinds of different things to make some extra money. And that's what I'm looking. I see clay pots up there. Hold on. I know we haven't gone to the hummingbirds yet. Just want to see what they've got. Oh, they're up there. They're not even marked. So I'm looking one last time here. Something that the pink one, which I like the green one better. The pink one, gee, you could have plants trailing out of here. Dribbling out. I've got some sedums, and that would look so pretty. Sedums going down the pot. I won't see them on the green one, but they would drizzle down the pot, and then you could have the flowers inside. You could set that up really nice. I'm trying to think if I need any of the small ones. All right. Oh, wait a minute. This would make a really nice bird bath, but I'm not sure what price. I think that's $1.50. I don't know if I want it so shallow, but it's something to think about because I usually make my own stuff. All right, let's go in and look at the hummingbird stuff, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, we stepped inside. Here's the garden department, all the reduced stuff. They've got tons of stuff on clearance. They got all their toys on clearance. So you're looking for Christmas stuff? This is the time, if you know what your kids like and if they've got them. All this is on clearance here. Look at all this. Look at all this. All right, let's walk over here for a minute just to see if there's anything on clearance. They have rollbacks. All right, so they've got this $8.23. These are the standard ones, I believe, that everybody uses. They're okay. You just have to clean them. Okay, these I use. These are $6. This is a great price. Absolutely a great price. The hummingbirds like them, but still at home, their favorite is this one. And this is the one that I use everywhere. I make the holes a little bit bigger. They're $4.18. They're not on clearance. They probably never will be. And those are fantastic. They don't have a whole lot right now, but they've got this one. This one doesn't have a hook. So when you come in, you want to make sure you get a hook with it. You can always make your own if something happened, but I make the holes bigger on this, but this has got an amp mode. It's a very small amp mode, so if you're in a hot area, it's not going to work. because it dries up quick. So just make sure that you got the hook. And then these I use too. I made a little bit of a wire stand for them and they like it. These are cute. They're $7.48. They're not on sale. I like the green ones. Very attractive. So that's what's going on the inside if you've got hummingbirds. So I'm gonna go pay for my stuff, walk by those flower pots one more time and see if I'm gonna buy them. I don't know, but I could look and see what seeds they've got. I'm afraid somebody's gonna take my stuff. Oh, let's see, here, roll back. Really pretty little bird feeder. $37.64, now it's $32.48. So they have a few things on rollback, and that would be basically it. But the rest of it, I can see that no, they don't really have anything on clearance except for toys and certain things that they're clearing the shelves so they can get their Christmas items in. Oh, I wish the hoses were $2. All right, I think that's it. I don't even see any seeds inside. I'll look around. Oh, they got their 4th of July stuff, half price. Nothing I can use for the garden. I don't think, oh, this is half price. I get, that's $1? Let me see something. I don't need any spatulas, but just for everyday cooking, it would work. Look at this. But I've got a lot. Oh, look, got your measurements there. Is that not cute? For $1. I definitely don't need. Oh my goodness. Almost cute for garden decor. But nothing I need. I just wanted to show you that if you walk in, there's more stuff. And I think that's it for right now for me. I'm not going to walk through the whole store. It's massive. And I want to make sure I get my garden stuff because that's the most important thing is my garden stuff. Oh, I guess I can go out this way. This is not the Walmart that I got locked in, by the way. Not this one. A different one. This one is a bigger Walmart, and they have people working all the time. Again, barbecue stuff. We walked through this before. Very little is reduced or on rollback. You're just shopping with me is what you're doing. I am sure I'm boring you all. But we're just going to, oh my gosh. You go from an ice box inside to triple digits outside. I'm still looking at that. Here's the thing. I'm thinking of ways to make my life easier. So if I go out there and I need to water a few things, I don't want to have to be dragging hoses. I could go out there once a week, especially in the winter. And yes, we still have to water in the winter. And I can have these placed in different areas. This is overkill. I know that. But I can have them placed in different areas. Blue represents water when I look at it. Yellow screams out, I'm here. So they both have, something good, a plus. They used to have green and teal and pink, kind of a terracotta looking thing. They don't have that anymore. But the point is, I'll know in my garden where it is. So if I want it to kind of be hidden away a little bit, blue would be nice. Gary said he only wanted one, but he could change his mind. You know how many gardens I have. I could put one in the front yard where I've got I'm setting up a dish pan garden. I could have one sitting there. And then I'm just looking around still. And then I can have them in each dog kennel. And I'm thinking the big one should have 2 and the small dog kennel should have 1. And then the other one with the tomatoes. So there, right there is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I want to put it on the back table where my ginger and turmeric is because I want to grow carrots all year. 5. I mean, I can start putting them everywhere. So you go through with the hose, you fill it up, and then you make compost tea. And you just add some in and forget about it, and then water your plants, and your plants are constantly being fed by nature's, own great fertilizer, the one which you make from rotting some leaves. Now, I still would strain it. Oh, I never thought about it. No, you can't do that. I was going to say we could use this, but I made a strainer. I made a fantastic strainer, and it works great at home. And then you just forget about it. You fill it up with a little bit of compost tea you made, and you're constantly feeding your plants. Now, I keep debating if I need any more shovels, but I really have enough. I just have to keep track of them. But that is a great price. Again, you're only saving 22 cents, I think, on the shovels. They'll have them again. They have them every year. Is the price going to go up? Everything does. I don't know. It hasn't gone up for a couple years. So it's kind of a last minute look. No hoses for $2. He had piled them over. What's this? This is on clearance. Wow, these were 74, I guess. You know, if you had to put them out in your garden, it looks real. You don't have anything to take care of, and you don't have to trim it. I guess it's worth $74. Right now it's $44. Yeah, that's all I'd have to bring home. I think Gary would commit me at that point if I brought something like that home. He'd go, what the heck did you bring home? Soaker hoses, $9.00, regular $15. So they got soaker hoses. If you need any, Gary's got some. I don't know if he uses them. So my big thing is, do I want any more of these green flower pots for my hundreds of flowers I grow? All those marigolds, but they're so pretty. I don't have to drill them or anything. Oh my goodness. He's still working here, the guy. He's gone right now. And they've got a lot of different seeds, grow kits, regular almost $8 for 3. Grow a grass, a healthy grass for your pets, I guess, organic grass. That's cute. We could do it ourselves. This is what I was looking at. I don't have a use for them. Aren't they pretty? A rain chain? And then there's, I'm not big into wind chimes. I don't need extra noise in the yard. But if you like that, the wind chimes are all on sale. They got seed mixes. Why? Because they'll bring in the new in the spring. They'll put all this out again and it will all be brand new. Some stuff is reduced, some stuff isn't. Heirloom seed packets of flowers. Don't need it. Believe you me, I got so many flowers. Now I can get over here because he was here. These are really cute. Oh, he moved them. Okay. I mean, they're so colorful and cute, but that would be really cute for someplace low for a bird bath. Again, I'm going to skip that because I'm going with flower pots. Something I can use right now, bring it home to those little gnomes for $4.50. Let me say something. Oh, the metal. Hold on. Look at this. $4.50. Oh, you see, he's at the beach. Look at that. I mean, he's cute. I don't have any beach sand. Now, if, a beach area, I should say. Now, if I was going to fix up around the pond, that would be cute. But I don't spend a lot of time there. And I don't think Gary wants it for his yard. I put gnomes in there once. He didn't say anything really, but I knew he wasn't that happy. But that's cute. He's not into gnomes. And then if you like a rabbit, $3. Gosh, the price is great. The frog, if it was $3, I'd probably grab it. But for $7, I'll skip it. But still, regular, almost $17. Yeah, I'm thinking more of things I can really use. Really pretty flags, but nothing behind. I looked to see if they had anything. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I did not know. Let me see where's the hook? They do have a couple things. They have one cow. Welcome. I don't have any cows though. That's the only one that's really different. So they did have a cow. They have gnomes. Yeah, it was the only one that's different. The only reason it's there is it's tucked back there. I don't know how much the cow is. I don't know if it's 2 or 3. Hold on, let's see what's back here. Something's a little different. No, same thing. They just ran out of room. Wait. No, more fish. Yeah, it is cute, isn't it? I know who would take that. Hold on. I gotta look at this. Hold on, bear with me. Oh my gosh. The problem is she doesn't have a cow. She wants a cow. There's a big difference between having a cow and wanting a cow. No, I'll wait. I'd rather get her a dog one if I was going to get, but it is cute. It is cute. I'm in the birds, frogs, rabbits. I'll wait. All right. Let me go pay for this. This is just like a nonchalant walking through and shopping with me. You're keeping me company. Gary doesn't even know where I am. Well, he kind of has an idea. Another flag. It's the ladybug one somebody threw down there. I'm just amazed at the pots, and I don't want to go home and go, oh, I wish I would have bought more. I mean, they are so pretty. And I do like something that pops, and this does not pop, but it could be made to pop. It's just so pretty. I just want to buy something I'm not going to use. All right, well, I think that's it. I'll show you when I'm done, and then you'll know what I got. Again, nothing else. That's it. Do I get the last three? Do I get one? I wish they did have the blue ones for that price. They'll sell. And these, I keep looking at these, but again, so small. Even for flowers, this would be good for succulents because they have a small root system. Your flowers really need a lot more room. And though you could grow them in there, this one's clay. Gosh. But again, small. And I'm not really into succulents that much. You know, the ones in the back are bigger. The ones in the back, those blue ones, they're $1.50. So I'm getting some of those. Can't beat that. Okay, let me get that and we'll end this soon. So the guy climbed up and got them for me. They have 4 left. I think I've got 1 in my basket. I'm debating if I should take them all. $1.50. You can't even get that at Dollar Tree. That's what I'm saying. These are plastic, but these are not. These are ceramic pots. They just look nicer, and when the wind blows, they won't go over as much, but if they do go over, it's good by pot. Aren't they pretty? Now that, what could you grow in there? Walking onions, but then I'm thinking flowers. I'm sure there's even a pepper plant would grow in there. Okay, I got to get out of here before I don't have room in my car. I think we're going to go with the 2. I might as well get the 4, you know, those 2 and 2. And the rest, they're more money. I'll skip the rest of the green ones, even though they're $2. They are so pretty. They are really pretty. I like the blue ones better, but then I can have that one. Yeah. All right, let me grab that and let me show you what I got when I'm done. Triple digits, like 101. Anyways, it's worth it. You get out. Just ignore the heat. Just go shopping. Get what you need. So there's my basket. I'm going to get a whole bunch of these. It looks like it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Thought I had more. Didn't I bring an extra one back and put it on top? I did. And then I ended up getting 4 of the ceramic ones. And they all have holes, so they're all pre-drilled, and they're going to work perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this hot shopping with me. And I'll do it again. And like I said, totally unexpected. What I did was I had to go today for a bone density test. I didn't want to go. They canceled it 3 times on me. And finally this morning, they had an opening, a 5-minute test. And the guy said, I can't tell you, but it's the same as last time. I said, really? Because the time I went before, they told me it was better than the time before, so that's probably a good sign. But whatever, it's done. And I got that over with. And then I thought, I'm going to stop at Walmart and see what they've got since Maria told me they got the watering cans you like. And it was only saving $2, but you know what? $2 is $2. So now if I buy 5 of them even, I'm saving myself $10, and it's something I'm going to use. And it's something that's going to make my life easier. I don't have to run and get a hose, get my job done, and go on my merry way. So with that, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to eat what you grow. And even though you may not be growing now, believe you me, it's hard to believe we're coming already to fall. We'll be thinking about spring before you know it. So you can put some of this stuff I'm getting away for the next spring. Have a great day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. And please grow something. It's so important to get something good in our body that's real food. Start looking into it. So I hadn't gotten to the register yet. I'm still shopping, but I just realized the yellow ones, and then they had green ones. Those are $3. The blue ones are $4. And being that I bought a whole bunch of blue ones already, and green ones, and the terracotta ones, which are the same color as those, I don't need to spend the extra $1. So I'm going to get all yellow this time. So I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to get out of here. I keep thinking of things I could use, but I'm going to skip the blue ones. But if you don't have any, let me tell you something. The small ones you get at Dollar Tree are like $5 when they get them in the spring, and they're not even as good as this. So this is a great price for $4, but the green ones are gone, and the yellow ones now at this store are gone. But that's not to say they don't have more in the warehouse, and they may bring them out later or another day to clear them all out, because next spring they'll have all new stock. Now I'm going home. I got to get out of here. I bought extras of these. Why? Because I think planting walking onions in here and giving them as Christmas gifts could look really super cool. Wow. And that's what I plan on doing with that. All right, out of here. I just want to say, as I'm standing in line, they're still putting out more clearance in the toys. So they've got a whole bunch in the store or in the back, and they're just loading the racks more and more because they're getting ready to put out the new Christmas toys. Okay. Thanks for joining me on this Friday afternoon on a hot shopping day.